Hi, everybody. In this video, I would like to talk a little bit about Robert Venturi's architecture as decorated shelter. Let me share the screen with you. Okay, Venturi is an American architect, founding principal of the firm Venturi, Scott Brown and Associates. He's one of the major figures in the architecture of the 20th century. Venturi starts out by giving the common definition of architecture, the one that has generally been given. Something like shelter with symbols on it, or a shelter with decoration on it. Now, definitions of modern architecture have never included ornament, believe it or not, nor do they refer to shelter. To justify this definition, I shall use 6 comparisons, says Venturi. Rome and Las Vegas, abstract expressionism and pop art, Vitruvius and Gropius, Mies van der Rohe and McDonald's stands, Scarlatti and the Beatles, that was a musical group from the 60s, plain and fancy styles of architecture. Now, comparing Roman piazzas and the Vegas Strip taught us about symbolism, us being the architects. Venturi is kind of talking in the first person about how architects proceeded. So they saw, or he says, we saw the piazza, the sort of square, as pure space, and we designed our piazzas as dry configurations of compositional elements. We had to go to Las Vegas to learn about symbolism. Sorry, I had that picture there and I didn't allow you to enjoy it as much as perhaps you would have liked. It's a very nice picture there. He said we had to go to Las Vegas. This is Venturi and the other architects. We had to go to Las Vegas to learn about symbolism. We were not promoting manipulative giant corporatism. The commercial messages from the Strip are not more promotional than the messages on palaces and cathedrals. We looked at the Roman piazza the same way we looked at an abstract expressionist painting. There's one by Jackson Pollock there. The pop artists showed us the value of representation in painting and showed us the value of familiar and conventional elements by juxtaposing them in new contexts to achieve new meanings along with their old meanings. Orthodox modern architects said you shouldn't try for beauty. Architecture became a frozen process. Gropius's, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Gropius's Bauhaus in Dessau is symbolic of industrial processes and advanced technology. But though Gropius denied that the Bauhaus could propagate any style, system, dogma, formula, or vogue, he intuitively chose a formal vocabulary, which served to make the whole building an ornament, which is what he was trying to avoid. Why not admit the possibility of maintaining pure functionalism in architecture? Functionalism in any area is just defines something in terms of its function. That's all functionalism means. Why not admit the possibility, why not, let's see, I think my picture is kind of maybe in the way. Why not admit the impossibility of maintaining pure functionalism in architecture and let function and decoration go their separate ways? Mies van der Rohe was inspired by an industrial vernacular, for instance, factories. Everyone knows the Industrial Revolution is dead, so why don't the architects? Is it not time for the architects to connect with some new revolution? Perhaps an electronic one. A connoisseur of music will pride himself on the broad-mindedness of his taste. Why will a person accept why will a person accept in his own living room what he will not accept in the landscape, why will he condemn pop architecture and accept pop music? Our connoisseur clings to outmoded ideas about architecture as a whole, one of which is there is a dominant and correct set of tastes. As there is need for high design and popular art in the architecture of our communities, so there is the need for plain and fancy styles of architecture. I hope this video has helped you to understand this interesting and historically important article. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Bye-bye.